Good evening. It's evening here. I don't know when you're watching this, maybe in the morning. So hello. So tonight I'm going to, if you recall last time we did this part. So we did the booklet pages, and then we did the spine insert, which is like your page turner things. So today we're going to do the cover, and we're going to put those into place. And then we're going to, tomorrow, or the next video, I'm going to put the rest of it together, the back part of it, sort of, that makes the accordion folder. You'll see what it is kind of when we get to it. It's like those accordion folders that you can buy for putting your paperwork into, like your bills and things like that have the accordion bit on the side and the flip over top. It's like that we're going to attach to this book. Okay, so now I have gone ahead and scored. I think that most of you have seen scoring enough that I don't think I should have to score all of this. And basically what we're doing is this is the front cover, this is the back cover, and these are the interiors. So once we finish doing the folding and gluing here, these go inside to cover all the stuff up. Okay. Now on the front cover, they actually marked it right on the thing, and on the back cover they didn't. They marked it on a thing on the, when you were cutting. So, okay. So let me do this. I'll just do some folding. This is real simple. Just follow the lines that you scored. If you don't understand what scoring is, you need to take a ruler or something, and you lay it up against the line you need to be folding, and you take something that will be able to indent it slightly. You can use a bone folder. This is a weird looking bone folder, but it's a bone folder, and you can roll it along, or you can use a ball, what they call a ball stylus. And this one happens to be double-ended. It's got one that's sort of, I don't know, that big, and one that's really tiny. You can use that. You can use whatever to make the mark so that you can fold it more easily, and that way you don't end up with your cracked papers and things like that. So we're just folding in. This part that you're seeing here is the spine. So we're going to be putting that's where we're going to be putting this onto. What we do is fold these three sides in, and it doesn't really matter in what order. I mean, if you prefer it to look really nice and neat, then do it, so that either these are out or in. These are not a pocket, so it doesn't matter whether this is over or under. For me, it folds better this way, where this one is in first and then these are. And then we're going to glue these down. So we're going to glue that guy in. I'm just going to push it down a little bit with my bone folder. And all this is doing is just smoothing the glue. So when you put the glue in, it's kind of lumpy, and and then if you just do that, it kind of smooths the glue out, pushes it around a little bit, spreads it a little bit underneath where you're pushing. So that if you don't have glue right to a corner, right to the edges, if you do that, it kind of gets it there for you. So like I hadn't put glue right in this corner, but there is glue there now because I pushed the glue there. When you've got like sort of joined edges like that, give them an extra little, not to make a crease, just to push it so that it is sticking along that ridge. Then I'm not going to do anything with this because, of course, this joins onto the back. So now we fold the back. I'm just basically doing the same thing. We're just folding in. Only this time we're doing all 4 sides. We did last time too, but we, you know what I mean, we're not gluing quite yet. Now, one thing that I did want to sort of bring out and show you, because I didn't before, I wanted to show you, sorry, the instructions that come with this. Now, that it's quite the instructions, actually, because your instructions, this is the book that you're putting together. This is kind of how you're going to put it together. So it's, you know, it's showing you the parts, and then it shows you the side tabs and glue to the interior. So you're doing that with all of these, right? You glue them all to the interior. And then you take this side tab, you're going to glue it to this right side up like that, and that makes your booklet. Okay? Then you put in your center. Once this is together, and it'll go like this, like that. Then you take your center, this part, and you put it here. Now you do have a little spine, an extra one. If you want to use this, you can actually put it in the middle before you put this part in. And it'll cover that center part for you. And then you put this over the top of it. It just strengthens your spine a little bit. Now, I want to make sure that I have these the right way around. And maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll put that in. They do show it. Yes, here. They show it here that you put this here. So once you put your sort of cover together, then you put this into place. And then from there, you do this, and it goes into place on top of this. So it actually covers it. But what this does is it strengthens your spine. It makes your spine better, stronger. So it's able then to hold the weight of all the pages that you're going to be putting onto that other piece. So we'll just use the whole thing and do it like it was. Now I think, if I remember correctly, in the video, the lady that does this does not use this part. I think she sets it aside and says you can use it if you want to. It's there for you, but you don't need to. You don't have to, kind of thing. So I don't think she does this part, but I'm going to, just for completion's sake. So now it's the right side up. Okay. Now let's take this, and we will put it together. The other pages that are included in that instruction section are, they're not actually instructions. What they are is, they're instructions for the different sections. So this is for the cover, and then it shows that you add the pocket pages to this. So these ones go on the back of your hinges, and these ones go on the front of your hinges. And you can tell which is which by the flowers. The flowers will always be on the part that's going to show. The other part will be the glued down part. Then they have the outer cover and the file folder part, which is the part we're going to cover tomorrow. Okay, and it looks, if you can see this tiny picture here, this is what we're going to be putting together, is this little folder thing, and it fastens onto the book on the back. And then this is the putting together the pages, so how to actually put them together. And then we talk about the back cover and the file folder and all that stuff starts. So that's what they give you in this thing. It's actually very well done. The instructions are really clear. They're all pictures so that you can really understand it. And then they tell you to go to Polka Art Studio to find the album and have a look at it. Now, I'll leave that link in this description area of all three of these videos so that you can go and look at her video. She does one, I'm doing three. And I said it in the last video, she doesn't speak, or he, I shouldn't assume it's a female, but it doesn't speak in the videos. You have to watch closely if you're going to try to follow the directions and what is happening. So you really have to watch these screen closely. Let's get that down and that down. You may need to use a little bit of a bone folder on this just to get it to lie down. This one decided it was going to fold crooked. It's just a little bump on the corner, but you know. Anyway, we'll put this together like this and make sure that you want to make sure that this is together right before you and semi-dry like a little bit before you start putting the whole book together. Now, well, there is sort of a front or a top and bottom on this. I think this is the spine. Because there's two flowers. There's a flower there and a flower there. I believe that's the spine. I think. Maybe not. Wait. This is upright. Nope. That can't. Well, nope. It can't be. It has to be this one. Because of, yeah, that's the front. Okay. Good to know. Now this glues on the inside, not the outside. Remember that. You know, you don't want to, if you put it on the outside, you're going to have the brown showing on the outside. And you don't really want that. At least I don't think so. Now I'm lining up, I know you can't see it, I'm lining up, let me try and show you. I'm lining up these and then flipping that down and making sure that, you know, that's joined on the edge here. I want it to be flush with the edge because if it's not, it's going to look weird. It's not going to look like it belongs, you know. So there is the spine. All done. And there is the cover. So back cover, front cover. So our next thing is to put this part in. All you do is you want to line it up to the middle of your spine because this is going to take the weight. This is going to take the weight of your things. And be prepared to push down these little tiny ridges when you get to the glued part and are putting it in, because if you don't, they are going to want to stand up. You don't want that. You want to make sure that they are down. Now I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking maybe we were supposed to put that over top of that thing. Instructions. Let me see. It's not very clear. No, it's just not very clear. Maybe, but maybe not. It's all fine. We'll just deal with it. And because I'm looking at where the spine needs to go. The spine needs to go here, because that's the middle of this. If I move it over, it won't be in the middle of the spine. It'll be over to the edge. If I pull it up, you can see what I'm talking about. If I move it over, these pages are not even on the spine, and it's the spine that's important. And this won't fold properly. So now I'm wondering, like, what is going on here? What on earth? Okay. See what I'm looking at? You can see what I'm looking at, right? If I glue these down, if I glue this down, the wings down, we got a problem, because this ain't gonna fold. Which means this needed two creases that are not marked on me. Let me see, because it's not showing that. Yep, add the pocket pages. So it shows you the pocket, but this picture is so small. I got it right up next to my eyes, and yeah, I am not seeing that that's, it's not hinged. Maybe it's just the spine part that, maybe it's just this part that glues down. Just these two little pieces. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense that the whole thing is on these two little pieces. Because usually you glue the whole thing down. I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud, but you know, this is puzzling to me. Because usually you glue the whole thing down, like you glue the sides and everything, but if we do that here, we can't bend the book up. You see what I mean? Because normally normally this goes like this, and then this part goes like that. And I know it's the right part because it was marked, and I'm not really sure. Well, see, if it was up to me, I would add a fold here. And if you good boy. Get that even. Pencil. Looking for pencils right in front of my face. But yeah, get that even. Oh, get you even. Get you as even as we can on both parts. Okay. I'm just gonna see. Because like this is normally what you do with these, as far as I know, is normally you mark them. You know, like normally you have a fold if there's on the fold line. If this is extending over the fold line, I'm only because it doesn't tell you. It says one of the problems is with having only pictures, as it doesn't explain what you're supposed to do, and watching the video you may not get it either. So let's have a look. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something unorthodox maybe. What I'm gonna do is swing that there. Give me this little guy. Now push. I'm going to make a crease, but I'm not going to crease it. I'm not going to fold it up or down. I'm just going to make the crease in case I need it. So this is one of those just in case things. I'd like to meet that fellow someday, just in case, you know. Sort of like Murphy, I'd like to wring his neck, but, you know. All right, I'm going to glue this and see what happens. If I need to put glue here and glue it back, I will. But right now, okay, let me do this. Don't you love it when you're trying to like glue and it bends and you get glue everywhere but where you want it? Oh, good grief. I have glue everywhere. All right, let's take the excess glue off, shall we? And do what we can with this mess. All right, we want to lay you down so that you're lined up. Now that I've got a line to line it up, it helps too. And then we want to take this little guy, because he's got some substance. We'll take this, and we'll take this, and flatten those two little sections out. Yep, this cannot bend unless we bend this. You know, just, you know, it can do this weird flippy thing. Maybe that's what we're supposed to do. I don't know. That doesn't look right to me. It just looks, it looks like it's going to fall off, is what it looks like to me. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it my way. Yeah. I've done a lot of things in my life my way, so this won't be a first. Okay. All right. Now, you see, now my book can stand up. So I gotta glue that part in and this part in, and then we'll glue the other flat part too. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to run this down here. We want to make sure that that is in nice and in right. And now we'll do this side. Same thing. Because the thing is we still got pictures to put on the front and the back. And those pictures are supposed to cover these wings up. And they can't cover them up if the wings have to stand up in the air. You see. So, you see, we got to put, let me show you. This, you see, goes to that line. And then this one does the same thing on the other side, which is why we don't need to have this covered. Because this is going to cover it, and then this comes over the top. Or we can do it the other way around and do this, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to do it this way because that looks nicer. But you see how it goes. Now, are you the front or the back? Because one is probably the front and one is probably the back. Oh, they're identical. That's okay. It's good. Which dress do I like better than? I like this one better. You're relegated to the background. Okay, now I'm going to glue this part down so it doesn't start causing trouble later. Okay, so when you're doing this kit, you're going to need to put a line here. And I would, if I was you, measure it just like I did, just to make sure that you get it on the curve, on the bend, so that it doesn't end up causing you trouble and making your life, you know, a little more miserable. Because none of us need that. None of us. There. I'm just pushing that in, pushing that along, just so it's, you know, flat in there proper. Because you want to get it right into the crease, into that, you know, into that crease part. You want that crease to be there. And to matter, the crease matters. But yeah, if I was you, because there's none marked on this thing, and if there had been a mark, I was cutting out where there was marks, and it showed like fold here and here and here and all that stuff. I was cutting that out and gluing it to these things because this was, this appeared to me that it was going to, give me trouble. So I thought, well, if I do that, then at least I've got the instructions with it that are from the page that it was on. And this did not have one of those. It was, it was not having one of those. I'm just making sure this is actually bending the way it's supposed to. All right, now let's make sure we got the front on the front and the back on the back. We've got this glued in place. You see it wants to arch up now, which is kind of typical when you glue these things down. They do want to do that. Your back of your book wants to. Now, a lot of times you don't glue this. You glue the wings, but you don't glue this part in the middle. And then the spine of the book, the cover of the spine of the book, flares out, and this part stays in, which might be why they covered the spine. I don't know what that reasoning was. Because there's no speaking on the video, and because there's no words on your instructions, it makes it, guesswork on your part in a lot of ways. I would hesitate to recommend that a beginner could do this. You can, if you're very brave, and you can look at pictures and follow directions through pictures and things like that. Go ahead and give it a try if you feel like it. But I would not recommend it as something that a beginner could do. If you're just starting into journals and albums and booklets and things like that, this is not one I would. This is not for an absolute beginner. If do a couple of other things. Do an album that has this sort of an accordion in the middle, or not accordion, but this kind of spine in the middle, so that you get the hang of it. And as I got this completely crooked, of course you did. Anyway, yes, I would not recommend this one for beginners. This is not a beginner's project. But like I say, if you feel that it's something you want to tackle, the nice thing about these digital ones is if you mess up, print another one. Start over, learn, make more than one, and learn. I have copies of some of the books that I was learning on, and I have like 3 or 4 of the same book, exactly the same book, just because I was trying to learn, and best way of learning is do it over again. Just repeat, do it again, do it over. And if so if you want to try this, there's a lot in this to teach you. You're learning how to put a booklet together. You're learning how to do the cover. You're learning about the pages that are like that with pockets, and there's a lot you can learn from this particular kit. But if you're not that brave, then this is not a starting kit. It's a beautiful kit. It is a beautiful kit. The pictures are gorgeous. And if you're a sewer, it's, particularly beautiful. Because you can actually keep project information in this kit when it's done. There. Okay, that's that part of the booklet. Now we're going to have an issue here. This booklet and I are going to fight because this doesn't want to lay flat anymore because I glued that middle part down. If I hadn't glued the middle part down, this would be loose and it would just pop up and it would all be good. But I did, so we're all right though. We will just continue as if we know what we're doing. Be brave. be brave. I mean, the only thing that can happen is that, you know, it doesn't work out in one spot. And you can either fix it and move on or not, you know, like it's kind of however it works for you. So, okay, so we have sets of, you know, of these things. And you need to have one that goes this way and one that goes this way on each of these cardboard pieces, these pieces, spine pieces. And you're going to glue one on either side. But you can pick who you want where, you know, like you don't have to keep these two together just because that's how they are in the book. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want. So let me look through and see if this is the one. Which one do I want as my very first picture? I mean, I'd love this one to be my very first picture, but it's the wrong way. It's facing the wrong way, you see, because it's got to be on that side. This one, on the other hand, could be on this side. I kind of like that one. Let's have a look. Oh, this one's pretty too. Now, here's the thing. If you're doing a wedding dress, this is kind of nice to start off with, isn't it? Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Okay, so this is going to be my first page. Only glue on the flip part, on the part that has that is on one side of the little fold. Even if the fold is you know, not up to the edge of the page. Then you want to set it on there. You want to push this in, and then you want to make sure it's glued to the edge. But give yourself a little bit of room, a little bit of breathing room there. You don't have to have too much. It's not like you don't need too much, because it's this part that's supposed to move. This is the part that's supposed to flip back and forth for your pages, not your page itself. Okay? So although I actually did score some of these. I scored them all, I guess. I actually scored them. You don't have to. These things here should not be moving. It's this part that needs to move. All right, so let's get another one. I like this girl, so we're going to put her next. I just think she's really, really studying and looking at that sewing machine. It's similar to a sewing machine I had. I had a little old Singer that was a portable like this, and it had a little lid that went on it and everything. I had two nephews, and I had things stored at my sister's place, and they decided to ride their bikes into my little sewing machine, and it being cast, you know, because in those days they were cast iron, and it being cast, it broke, it snapped. So yeah, so that broke my sewing machine. And I mean, it was a good sewing machine. As old as it was a good sewing machine. It sewed so nicely. Now, who's next? Who wants to be on this side? The heart? Yeah, maybe we'll do this one. This one's next. So you have to make sure which side, you know, just watch which side that your design is on your thing. The one that's got the design goes on the outside of your flap. Okay, let's get this lined up. I've started the book crooked. I'm keeping it crooked. I started it too high. It's not even on the thing, so it's a little high, but that's okay. That is okay. And there. That's that one. Now I need another one. Do you want to be the other one? Sure. Yeah, you can be another sewing machine. Do we have sewing machines on the floor here? Okay, you, and then you, and you. Okay, that's what we'll make. Oh yeah, we're fine. So we'll make that. I like this thing too. Look at that. This little tape measure. Really cute. They used to do fancy things. You know, they used to make things so nice and fancy. Anyway, let's get this glued. Then we got one more set left. Okay. Yeah, I really like the kits. This is a Polka Art kit, and I really like the kits, but the direction isn't always great because I'm sorry, I'm just lining this up by folding it backwards and moving it. Because there's no written or spoken direction. So if you watch the video, you don't get speaking. If you try and read the directions, it's all pictures. There's a few words, but the words are mostly glue the sides together, which is, reinforce the spine, but it doesn't tell you about this, like how do you join that? What do you do with it? And that kind of thing is bad when when you're trying to show beginners how to do things. I mean, they need direction. So now, yeah, this sewing machine. Don't do that side. Didn't I just say? Okay. Like that. Turn this over. Find where it should be sitting and get it there. And we have one more page to put in. Yeah. This one lined up. Making sure. Oh, this is not easy. This last one is not easy. All right. I'm going to see if I can bend it backwards. I didn't score this one either. Which would have been a good thing, but I can't see what I'm doing with it not scored. Okay. All right, we are going to call that a put together book. So there's the little book put together there. And there's your pages. So you sort of do have to bend them, sort of, kind of, because they do, sort of meet in the middle here, in the middle. So you do sort of, I'm just fussing with this one because it wasn't pre-scored for some reason. I did most of them. I got them all scored, and I missed one or two of them. So, and this is your sections in between that just are sectioning off your pages. So, okay, that is the book. Now we've got some inserts that fit into this. Okay, so we have some inserts that need to go into this. Again, these are in any order you want them. And all these are right now is pictures. I printed on the back. You could put card stock on the back of this and write on this, or however you want to do it. But these are the inserts. They're really quite pretty. I love the dresses. There's a whole closet full of dresses. And yeah, so there's some really pretty ones. And there's one for each of the pages, I believe. And you just put them in the top and hope they slide. Of course, mine aren't going to. They're going to be sticky. There. Okay. I'm not paying any attention to which order they're going in. This one is being stubborn. Come on, I did you right. I know I did the page right. Okay, we'll take you out and we'll put somebody else in. Somebody who's more willing to cooperate. Because, cooperation is key here, folks. What is going on with you? You decided to stick, didn't you? Yes, you did. You did, you did. It decided it had a little tiny bit of glue down there. It still doesn't want to go in. It's the same height as everybody else, so. Okay, we're just going to pretend it worked fine. It did what it was supposed to do, right? It went right in just like it was. Some of them are sticking up. This one's fine. Weird. Very strange. Okay, I'll tell you what. You come out of there and you go in the front. You're willing to work with me. And even then, nope, it's the thing. Maybe they each have their own. They have their own and you can't change it. That would be weird. Okay, go in. Come on. In you go. See, that one went straight down in. Got to find the right slot. Oh. Okay, so this is a puzzle game. Find the right slot. Is this the right one? Are you the correct one? You are not. Look at you. It's sticking out. The other way. All right. A puzzle game, you see? That's supposed to fit in there. I know you're supposed to fit in there. You do. All right. But this is so weird. And it isn't that something is in the bottom. I looked in the bottom. There is nothing holding these back in the bottom. It's how they've been, I don't know, designed to be cut. They fit in one slot only, which is very strange. See, that one just dropped right down into there like it belonged. Do you like this one? Maybe you like this one. Not quite. Yes, you do. Okay, that's weird. Do you like the front? You like the front. Okay. What about you? Do you like this one? That's not your home? All right. Is this your home? Maybe this is your home. This is too weird for words. Oh my goodness, look at that. That one fits fine in here, not in that other one. No, they're the same size. What about you? Do you like this one? Maybe you like this one. Do you fit there? Not quite. No, you fit better. What about here? Do you fit in here? Are you this one? That one's that one. Look at that. Oh, puzzle games. Did we want a puzzle game? Did we need a puzzle game? I don't know. Is it fun? Well, sort of. You know. Isn't it? Oh, that is so funny. Okay, who's the one that belongs in that one then? You? You fit there less than the other one. You? No. You can go in here though, I'll bet you. Yes, you fit there. You fit here. Somebody's missing one. Here. You don't fit there, but I'm putting you there anyway. I'm tired of the puzzle game. That's enough for the puzzle game. There we go. Okay, so now we have a lovely little book that you can use for, tucking notes into and patterns or whatever. This could be a sewer's booklet or if you had somebody that was a sewer and you just made just the booklet part and you didn't do the other part, they would be very pleased with that, I think. The cover doesn't quite fit the pages, which is strange, but oh well. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. Anyway, that is it. So you can look through and see all the very pretty pictures. This is really quite nice. I love the old sewing machines. And don't forget, oh, hang on, maybe. Nope, that's not a pocket for that. That's for ephemera in the pockets that are free. These pockets, don't forget that you've got pockets for later. When we dig out the ephemera and I show you that I haven't cut most of it out, I'm going to change these two around and see if they fit better that way. Well, that one fits a little bit better that way. But neither one of them actually likes that front one. Nobody likes that front one. It's wrong. Something's wrong with the front one. I don't know. They're all the same height, which is insane. They were all glued together the same way. And, I've put my bone folder in to make sure that there's nothing to stick and hold them. I haven't found it. I have not encountered Maybe there was something over here. Now don't poke a hole in it. There's a little piece in the corner that didn't get, it's kind of blue. Okay, that's what's causing the problem. It's an issue with the folder. That's fine. There, I fixed it. I probably can fix this one the same way. It's got a little bit of blue in a corner. One or the other of the corners got glued a little too much. To get yourself a really sharp bone folder like that, you poke it in the corner until it loosens. I don't know. This one doesn't seem to want to. I don't know if it does have one. Anyway, there we go. All done. So tomorrow I will work on the other one. We will have the next section. And then we'll look at the ephemera when we're finished and added that section to this. This thing here is for the other section, for the other part. So we're going to be working on this tomorrow, this part. There's quite a bit to it, as you can see. So yeah, should be fun. So I'm done with this tonight, and I will talk to you in the next video. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you later.